With the polar vortex making life miserable amongst the lower 48, dropping temperatures down into the negatives, I'll be taking a look at whether or not this polar vortex will finally retreat and will come into a warming trend. So let's go ahead and get right on into it. Howdy y'all and welcome. Hope everybody's staying warm out there. I'm sure y'all have been looking just like this guy when you're pumping the gas. When the gas pump asks you a million questions about if you have a rewards card, like a car wash when it's negative degrees out, which makes no sense. It looks like some relief is going to be in sight as some wind chill advisories have been allowed to expire. There's still some that have been issued, mainly over here in Nebraska and Kansas. There's also been some winter storm warnings, blizzard warnings, and even advisories issued amongst the Northwest, freeze warnings down south. There's also going to be 2 feet of snowfall over here by Buffalo as well, mainly due to some lake effect snow. So let's go and take a look at whether or not that polar vortex is going to start to retreat. And to take a look at this, we're going to take a look at the 500 millibar height anomaly map. This determines our troughing and ridging patterns. The blue is the trough, and the yellow is the ridge. As you can see, we got that polar vortex that's been causing a lot of problems since the weekend. And it's still going to be taking a hold of us as we head into the weekend. Then once we get past the weekend, we're going to be coming into a major ridge for much of the country, except for down here in the southwest. And we're going to remain in this pattern as we head into the end of the month. Now, y'all may wonder, how does the troughing and ridging patterns affect our temperatures? Well, let's go and take a look at the temperature anomalies. So we can see we've been 30 degrees below average out here since the weekend due to that polar vortex. And once we head into the weekend, we're still going to remain below average for much of the country, up until after we head past the weekend, where it looks like well above average temperatures are expected. Look at that. Almost 30 degrees above average. This is a stark contrast to when that polar vortex was taking hold of us, because we were 30 degrees below average. Now, of course, over here in the southwest, we're going to be a little bit below average as well. Now, how does this translate to the actual temperatures? Well, we can see today we're still dealing with single-digit temperatures for much of the country. Polar vortex is going to retreat a little bit. As soon as we head into Friday, that polar vortex is going to start to come back with a vengeance one last time. And then after the weekend, we're going to start to head into a little warm-up. As you can see, 70-degree temperature stretching as far north as Indiana by next Thursday. So definitely some relief is in store if you do not like the cold temperatures, which most of y'all don't. And I'm not the only one saying this either. The Climate Protection Center is saying that the next 6 to 10 days, much of the country is going to be above average, except for up there by Alaska, which y'all are just cold anyways. If we head in the next 8 to 14 days, it looks just about the same. So 20 degrees above normal is going to pay huge dividends for much of y'all. Now, as we take a look at the winter storm warnings, blizzard warnings, and advisories, we can see that the blizzard warning goes into effect from 5 o'clock this afternoon into 5 in the morning on Thursday for about 8 to 14 inches of snowfall, with winds gusting upwards of 45 miles an hour. So please be careful if you have to get out and about through Thursday, and power outages are going to be possible as well. Now, as we take a look at the high resolution NAM, to take a look at the composite reflectivity, basically the simulated radar, what the radar is going to basically look like. We can see later tonight we're going to be dealing with some heavy snowfall, so if you have to get out, please be careful, but don't get out if you don't have to. It's going to start to wind down as we head into Thursday morning, and then we're going to deal with some more snowfall out in Washington by Thursday evening. And that's going to start to wind down as we head into Friday. Now, as we take a look at what the National Weather Service thinks of how much snowfall you could be getting in on, looks like about 8 to 12 inches from Washington on over into Montana. This is good for the ski slopes. If you're heading out to the ski slopes, please be careful. And send me some snowfall pictures if you can. Send them on over to my X page and my Facebook page. I'll have links to those in the description down below. Do daily weather updates on there as well, so go check that out and go follow those. And if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? Subscribe now, because I do updates like this every single week. Now, back to the Euros. We zoom out, take a look at the lower 48. We can see that much of the central and eastern part of the country is going to start to dry out, but we're going to be a bit chilly out here. Doing a lot of heavy snowfall over here in Buffalo and the Northwest as well. This is a stark contrast to what it was this past weekend when we dealt with a big blizzard over here by Iowa and Wisconsin, and heavy winds over here in the Ohio Valley and flooding down south. And of course, that snowstorm that occurred a couple days ago over here in Tennessee and Arkansas, which was a travel nightmare. And once we head into Thursday, we're going to be dealing with another wintry mess down here by Nashville, and another winter storm going on over here amongst the Ohio Valley, which is going to add up to about a dusting to about an inch. Luckily, higher amounts are going to be possible, of course. And that's going to quickly get out of here by Saturday. We're going to be freezing our tuchuses off again. And then it's going to start to warm up once we get past the weekend. And here comes the precipitation. We're going to be coming in on a lot of heavy rainfall, especially out west. And some potential severe weather by the end of the month down south. As I show y'all the precipitation totals, we can see that we're going to be dealing with a lot of flooding next week out west and amongst the central part of the country. The Climate Protection Center is saying the same thing as well. Much above average precipitation is expected for much of the country except for over here in the Dakotas into Wyoming and Montana and up here by Alaska. So we head towards the end of the month. Looks like the western part of the country is going to start to dry out while the rest of the country is still going to be dealing with some above average precipitation. So it looks like that polar vortex is going to start to retreat as we head into next week with some warmer temperatures than what we've been dealing with. Although it's going to be a little soggy out, but we're not going to be dealing with any extreme weather within the next couple weeks, so that's good, except for some flooding. And I might have a February forecast video out next week sometime, so make sure you are subscribed down below so you never miss an upload, because here in Williams Weather, we make weather forecasting fun and informative. Also, like and share the video so more folks are informed about the weather. Also, leave me some feedback in the comment section down below, because feedback helps provide you, the viewer, better and more informative content in the future. So again, like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, never stop forecasting.